So apparently Phil Lewis of the multi-gold selling LA Guns has kicked a phone or slapped the phone out of a fan's hand and is now wanted, not in one, but in two different cities in two different states. How's it going, everyone? You're watching Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube, sightsoundsflavors.com. If at any point in time you like the video, smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and please leave a comment down below. That's right, folks. I'm reading it right here. This is from Metal Sludge, very reputable publication put out by the great Stevie Rochelle. Quote, Phil Lewis wanted in Nashville. Female fan filed an assault charge on the singer who allegedly slapped the phone out of her hand. And it's not really allegedly because there's a video of it from Basement East in Nashville. Her name is Carissa Hindy, and there's an arrest warrant for Phil in Davidson County, Tennessee for simple assault. Then, moving over to Florida, during the song Never Enough by LA Guns, a fan alleges that they were holding their cell phone when lead singer Phil Lewis grabbed their phone and then kicked their hand and phone. According to the Fort Lauderdale Police Department, and they have an incident report number, this occurred March 7th at around 10 o'clock at night. The victim, with the last name Gomez, and the offender, Phil Lewis, which it says here is 67 years of age. Phil, you're acting like this. You had one hit, Ballad of Jane, and you had several MTV videos. You should be grateful that at 67 years of age, people want to go into some cramped little club and watch your stinky band. And you're kicking people, you're damaging their phones. Look what he said to the person in Tennessee. Soon after the alleged episode took place, Lewis commented, quote, "Oops, my hand slipped, apologies," end quote. To which Hindy reported, quote, "Philip Lewis, obviously, that was uncalled for, truly. And you broke my phone. Apologies don't pay for property damage," end quote. This guy is a diva. This guy has always been a diva. This guy had Steve Riley, may he rest in peace, fired because he hit him on the head with a rolled newspaper. This guy's a prima donna. This guy's not a rock star. LA Guns never sold beyond the top 40. They've got one record that barely, by the skin of its teeth, went platinum, which is the Cocked and Loaded. The other record or two went gold. These guys are not rock stars. And even if they were, these records were released like 30 plus years ago. This guy should thank his lucky stars that people at these clubs, Basement East and the Culture Room, want to go and see the band. This is how you thank your fans. This is how you show them respect. You kick them, you damage their property, and then you say, "Oops, my hand slipped." But the reality of the matter is, oops, your hand didn't slip or whatever. You're wanted in Fort Lauderdale. It looks like here for simple battery or simple assault. Also simple assault in Tennessee. And you got to wonder to yourself, Tracy Guns, who's a part owner of the band name, you know, he's got to be wondering, you know, would Jizzy Pearl do this? You know, would Chris Von Dahl do this? I mean, you know, Phil Lewis, you know, this isn't going to look good for you. This isn't like when you trash a hotel room. You know what I mean? This is not like that. This is disrespectful. This is going to make the fans turn on you. Metal Sludge is reporting on it. Brave Words may report on it. Who knows who else may report on it? You know, the reality of the matter is that not a lot of people know about LA Guns. So, you know, it's very, very upsetting to see Phil do this. And, you know, to me, if I was a fan and this was done to me, and they could sue you, Phil, you know that. They could sue you. And I don't think a judge is going to be much too concerned with the fact that you were the lead singer of the song Sex Action or Ballad of Jane or Never Enough. Because, you know, at this point, you're basically a working musician at best. You know what I mean? And you're not a rock star. And not that rock stars really get much deference anyways, but you can't claim that you're a rock star. You are a person in a band that had some hits some 35 years ago, and even hits are questionable. You had Ballad of Jane, that's it. I'm not going to say that LA Guns were one-hit wonders, but next to Motley Crue, Rat, Dawkins, you guys were one-hit wonders. So the reality of the matter is that I don't care if you were one-hit wonders or if you were selling out the Palladium and the Forum every night. The reality of the matter is you don't treat fans like this. And this was not, this wasn't like some, isolated instance. This is 2 times in 1 month in the course of 2 states. And again, I mean, to me, I don't know. Look, money talks and bullshit walks. Tracy Guns is not going to fire Phil Lewis. It's a very small band. They have a very small following, so he needs to make his money. So, Tracy's not going to be firing Phil, but he can't be happy with Phil, and at some point in time, he's going to have to answer for these charges. And if he keeps doing this, they're going to catch up to him. They're going to catch up to him. And the reality of the matter is that, he may think this is a joke, and it's not. And there's nothing rock style about it. You're not a rebel without a cause. You're an old man. You're 67 years old. You're retirement age. You're no longer young. You're no longer hip or whatever. What you're showing here is you're starting to look like an angry grandpa. Phil Lewis, angry grandpa. You're starting to, like the movie Grumpy Old Men. Phil Lewis could be in that. Why are you, I get it. People from different eras, don't like seeing phones. They may not like to see this. Like if somebody did this, they don't want to see this in their face. I totally understand. Just like they don't want to see people with a little laser. There's the Paul Stanley video from way back when. The laser annoys them. But now if it's just, somebody, filming, okay, and they're like this, I get it. It's annoying. People should be rocking to the show. They should be doing this, or going like this, or going like this, or going like that. You know what I mean? You don't want to see a sea of these phones looking at you. But unless there's a light blinding you or there's a laser like annoying you, just deal with it. It's 2024. These phones, they cost like $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 if done correctly, especially if put in the landscape mode like this. Vertical's okay. It's all right. But the landscape mode, you're going to get the best picture quality. And chances are, after holding it with both hands or probably, focusing in on each band member to get like good video. You want that stuff to go out, Phil. I know you're not that bright, but you want it to go out there because then people are going to be like, oh my gosh, wow, I had no idea that LA Guns was at Basement East. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that LA Guns was in the Culture Room. Maybe next time when they come, I'll be there too. And that's how you spread the word, dumbass, about your clothes and your music, your ticket sales. You don't kick phones out of people's hands. And then when you damage the phones, you don't say, oops, apologies. You're a 67-year-old man. In 10 years, hell, right now you might be wearing briefs. You know what I mean? Depends. You know what I mean? You might be up there singing Sex Action while taking a dump on yourself. Look, the reality of the matter is, I'm not here to make a joke, Phil. You're an asshole. And that's just what you are. And you're not helping LA Guns. And you're pissing me off. And I can only imagine what you're doing to other fans. And if you got a problem, I'm right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Bring your 5'0" ass over here and I'll tell you. You can stand on a few crates because I'm 6'4". I'll tell you right to your British face. You're being a bully and you're being an asshole. And your band is not big enough to treat people this way. And even if it was, you shouldn't do it. But let me reiterate, your band isn't big enough to treat people this way.